So hi, you're Katy-jo.
I'm Katy-jo.
Who are you, Katy-jo?
Who am I? I'm a freedom warrior,
Fabulous.
I would say. Yeah, just basically doing something that I never ever dreamt I would be doing, which I think a lot of people right now are. It was never in my plan. My plan was always to just dance and sing and act, and that was all I ever wanted to do when I was a child, and I was lucky enough to have a career. Brilliant career, doing all the things that I wanted to do in shows, and met my husband, had 3 beautiful children. But life, I think for many people, 4 years ago, took an unexpected turn and just felt compelled to build community.
And we're sitting here at HOPE Sussex.
We are.
Which is some special place, and the energy here is really extraordinary.
Yeah, lots of people, they feel quite overwhelmed actually when they first come here for the first time. I think they can't quite believe that this sort of energy, there's just a kindness from everyone here, and a real genuine, what's the word? Everyone's just so, it's genuine, and authentic, and that's the thing. There's no egos, because there's no room for ego, and that's something I think that me and Sadie have managed to maintain, and therefore that's like attracts like, doesn't it?
And how did you meet Sadie? How did that come about? Because you two are the creators of HOPE Sussex, but where did you two meet?
So we met, basically, I was lucky enough to be born into a family that was awake, if you like, aware. So I've always known about the agenda and the elite and the globalists and, their plan for humanity.
You're growing up in that, right?
Yeah.
There's a few people, not many people like that I've met along the way.
No, lots of people. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I wouldn't say that it was something that was always a big part of my life, but through many different avenues it has been. So, always grown up with holistic treatments rather than pharmaceuticals, and so as soon as I fell pregnant with my eldest, over 21 years ago, my homeopath said to me, you need to research vaccinations. And once you do your proper research on vaccinations, there's just absolutely no way you would ever vaccinate your children. So then you go down that sort of rabbit hole, if you like, of looking in. Then it leads on to cancer treatments, and I saw an amazing documentary about the truth about cancer, Ty Bollinger, one of the best 9-part documentaries ever, and again obviously exposes big pharma on a massive scale and their agenda, and how they work very closely with the food industry, obviously food and drug industry. It's all about keeping us sick and dependent on pharmaceuticals, and and it's just like that, isn't it? You go down one rabbit hole, you go down another.
Totally.
And over the years, I've just been aware.
So you're born into sort of aware sort of family anyway, but then you had your own experiences and natural beginnings, but then through your own children, that was what was the first sort of
I was given my auntie gave me David Icke to read at 17, and I couldn't finish the book. It was there was so much information in there, but again, it introduced me to the Rockefeller Foundation, it introduced me to the Carnegies, it introduced me to all those, families that are massively behind this whole agenda. Whether they're at the very, very top, probably not, but they're big sort of instigators. So. I've been aware of all of that for most of my life.
So you seem like a really creative, you're an actor. I met you. I saw you in the middle of all the this last 4 years stuff, and I saw you singing Dolly Parton song. I thought, who's that girl? Yeah. I thought you're absolutely brilliant. I was like, strong voice out there, which is exactly what people needed, I think. That people like you standing up and sort of shouting it loud and clear.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. That's why I saw you.
Hopefully, it saved some people from taking the vaccine. Hopefully, it gave some people a really good laugh. you know, and
Yeah.
lifted some spirits.
Definitely,
that's
because
what I hope
humour was just sorely needed,
is
wasn't
really
it?
yeah.
But then you went
massively.
on to go on to the UK column for a year,
Yes.
and I was so thrilled to see you on there. I was like, I thought you made a lovely balance for all these all the blokes.
Got testosterone. Yeah.
And then it was
Bit of a feminine touch.
Your sweetness just sort of melted everything. You know, just made that sort of. I thought it made a lovely blend. You know, lovely sort of balancing. You coming in.
Oh, thank you.
And
really lovely team. I absolutely love the UK column team. I think they do an incredible job at getting the truth out there. You can't fault the team. It just got too much for me. This project is so big, and that first year.
At HOPE Sussex.
Yeah.
So how did this come up? Because I remember there was a first big music evening. Not festival? It was a music event, wasn't it? With Mark Devlin and
first year, that was the
first year.
First Freedom Music Festival.
That's Freedom Music Festival. That's the word.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it to that one, but I was watching it all and hearing about it all.
Oh, it was
gutted I couldn't,
fantastic.
attend.
It was really special. It was a very, very special event.
But what started HOPE Sussex? What was that?
Yeah,
night?
so sorry. I was supposed to be telling you about how I met Sadie, wasn't I?
Oh yeah.
That was the question. So, so when all of this kicked off, it was a big thing in my house. Me, my mum, my auntie, my sister, we were all, you know, oh my God, it's happening, you know, because it's one of those things that if you've been aware of where they want to take us, you just didn't expect it to happen in your lifetime. I don't know, I just didn't.
We're just all carrying on with our jobs and work and life, and
all in
then
that.
it all happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And we were forced into it, weren't we?
Yeah, and so I felt compelled to start community. And with my mum and some friends, we started a cooperative, Hastings and Rye Community Cooperative, you know, meetings hiding in the back of cafes throughout lockdown, 70 people smuggled into it. It was very exciting times, you know. But before that, actually, I'd set up a Facebook page with a friend. I'd started, did a couple of talks. It got infiltrated. I'm not really a fan of social media anyway. And so then I just said, look, if you're interested in really sort of, you know, putting your money where your mouth is and actually making a difference, meet me on the beach. I'm going to be down there, you know, at this time.
Amazing.
And some of the, Matt and Sadie, Chris Coverdale, all these amazing people that, you know, if Hope wouldn't be here without them. I met them there, and the rest is history.
All
really.
feeling the same passion with you and Sadie, your drive.
Yep.
Met at that time.
Yep. And
then
she's incredible, and her husband as well, Matt, and their children. It's a real incredible community of families as well as individuals.
So that started in Hastings.
Yep.
And then you came over here at some point.
Yeah, so the cooperative didn't. It was one of those things that I wanted to give the home ed more attention, home ed side of things, and so I decided.
Is that you've got
yes,
children?
Yeah. So I decided that that's where I felt like I needed to be spending my energy, and this site came up for rent, and it was funny. I wasn't even looking for anywhere, but a friend of mine came to view this for her yoga classes and said it wasn't suitable for her, but she thought of me and the home ed community, and I came and viewed it, and I was like, yeah, we can. I mean, the buildings were getting pretty derelict. It wasn't in the best condition. So I just took it on. We had no money. This is the thing. I think people are waiting for the right amount of money, or waiting for that. You can't wait around.
Like having a baby,
You've just got to do it. Yeah. There's never a right time. You've just got to do it.
Yeah, fantastic.
So we just jumped feet first. We still don't know what we're doing. That's the other thing. That's the other thing I think people have got to realise. If you're building something from scratch, it's completely grassroots. You're not going to know what you're doing. You're going to learn along the way. And lucky for us, we have had just the best people join.
But you have a force of this lovely, vibrant energy, and you just seem to be the star in the middle of it all, as well as Sadie, obviously.
Yes. Yeah,
and between you just seem to have this firecracker energy. Don't stop.
No, we don't.
But it seems to.
We're driven. We are seriously driven. It's like burning.
But it affects everyone. I can feel it affecting. Everyone's got this light and buzz about them. The whole place is just buzzing somehow, some sort of amazing energy.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
it is a very special place. We have people in tears. I've had people in tears today because they've never experienced, they're so overwhelmed.
Amazing.
I think as well, a lot of people, if you haven't got a community like this, and bearing in mind I've been very, very lucky to be surrounded by people that think like me, including my family. So that's, for me, really lucky. But for a lot of people, they don't have this, so it's quite overwhelming, I think, when they experience it.
And you started right in the middle of all the lockdown, and it was still a hotspot time of arrests and against the mainstream.
Yeah.
What was that like when you opened the first week?
So HOPE here at this site, it wasn't locked down.
Okay.
But we were meeting in the woods for forest school. We had the police called on us. I mean, a bunch of families in the middle of the woods with their children having the police called on them. You just can't quite believe, you say the words and then you think, really, did that really happen? And we were smuggling kids into each other's houses to try, to make sure that they were still socialising and still getting the lessons that they needed.
Passion of truth and doing what was right for all of you, wasn't it? And what felt right.
Yeah.
And the children, of course.
They come first. Without them, we have no future as a species.
Yeah.
Well, we know what the future is that they want.
Yeah.
And that's, we have to do everything we can in our power to stop that and to save these children, keep their innocence.
Exactly.
That's what's being robbed from them, their childhood and their innocence.
Exactly. That's what our job, isn't it, as parents, to ensure that, to protect. So what is the future? This is HOPE Sussex, and things have changed now. How do you see the future? Where do you see things? Well, maybe you don't know.
Do you know, it's a really interesting... Richard Vobes asked me the same question. And I mean, if you'd have asked me 4 years ago, when I had this just, as I say, I was compelled to build community and bring people together, but I had no vision of what that was. So I'm just trusting that I'm being guided. That's all I'm doing. I'm just literally living every day as it comes, and I'm obviously, we do think, okay, we have got to do this because so we can cover rent, and because we don't own this site, we rent it. But I'm living in the moment, because at the end of the day, in the early days, I mean, there's been a lot of, it's been tough. It's not been easy at all. There have been some and it's been relentless. I mean, it's hard work. Me and Sadie especially, I mean, lots of people, don't get me wrong, we have an incredible team of volunteers now, but we're the ones at night that are doing all the emails. We're the ones, that are organising a lot of the events that are here, paying the bills, getting the emails out, all of that sort of thing. So it's we're often working on our days off. Like, for an example, I could do 6 days solid here, either here at Home Ed or setting up for event, and then my day off I'll be 12 hours on the computer straight doing stuff. Wow. And I work as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your acting still?
Yeah, teaching.
Teaching,
which I love.
Cool. It sounds like it's getting more balanced now, and that your life sounds like it's, you've got the kids settled and you've built this place.
Yeah.
And
we have the support now. The community is so adorable. I love them all
amazing,
so much.
Just amazing.
But what's lovely is I feel like everyone who comes here is part of HOPE. Even if it's an event, it's like, you only see them once or twice a year. It's I feel like it's just bursting with love.
It does feel like that. I mean, this is the second time I've been here myself, and the first time I was dying to come down here. It didn't sort of work out, but then I did. And you're just like so sweet and friendly and welcoming, as was everybody.
Yeah, that's everyone.
That's that lovely vibe.
Yeah.
So it's following your heart, following your instincts, and trusting,
living every day as if it was your last. That's what my grandfather used to teach us. Two things that I learnt as a child from my granddad was live every day as if it was your last, and the only thing you can guarantee in life is that you're going to die.
Sort of it. Might as well get on with it.
And that it's so true, though, isn't it? If you take the fear of death out of the equation, then there is nothing to fear, is there?
No,
because that's the inevitable.
Get on with it. Yeah.
So
what was the difficulties? Was the daily grind and really pushing it all out there and doing all the jobs, the emails and everything, making it function.
Yeah.
In the beginning, but was there any pushback from the community or?
Yeah, we've had a couple of people, one person in particular at the top of the lane, who. But as soon as we heard that she was spreading rumours and things in the village and talking about us, we put on a talk in the local village hall and invited everybody. Luckily, our landlord is really lovely. He's really behind the project. He sees the need for this place and understands why so many parents are taking their children out of the system. So he's totally behind the project, and so he laid on the drink and the food for the presentation, and everyone was really blown away by what we'd done and what we were doing. But she was there with her husband and another 2 people, so there was 4 of them, all with masks on. The only people in the room, in the hall, with masks, not talking. Everyone else was mingling to start with, having a drink and a chat, and they just, I think she said a couple of things. One of her questions was, and where can we see your accounts? Are they online or, and yeah, so she was just, I think some people really cannot, they're so bitter, they can't bear other people actually living life and enjoying life, basically.
Yeah, you can't change people if that's not what they want to do, but what you're doing here is so impassioned and clearly attracts a lot of like-minded people, and it builds the energy and it spreads it out, I think.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
how
where
can
it's,
you
what it's
not
all about.
laugh hearing that noise? Children screaming with delight.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
know,
That's
and
it. That's
yes,
it.
they do get English here. Yes, they do get history. Yes, they do get trivium, which is incredible and should be taught throughout every school. Yes, they do get dance, drama, science, sociology. There's so many amazing subjects on the curriculum, but when they're not in a lesson, this site is just gorgeous. They're out, they're running around, they're rough and tumbling, they're out doing forest school. They're also helping with our events, so they help with lots of the older ones and the younger ones. They help with the setup for our events. You see the teenagers are serving in the hub. We've got the teenage boys that love doing the marshalling. It's a real community, so everybody pulls together because we all know that we rely on these events. Without the events, we couldn't be here. It's the events that cover the bills, and we're a CIC, non-for-profit. Nobody gets paid. Everyone's a volunteer, including myself and Sadie, and so every penny that we make goes straight back into improving the project. And you'll see that every time people come back, there's something that's changed, something else has been built, you know?
Amazing.
And that's a true grassroots project, although we do need some money.
Okay, lovely.
Because we need the marquee that you see there, that's what we need. We need a permanent structure that we can host events in all year round, and we need to extend our car park.
So I'll definitely put the where people can donate. If you have a link, then I'll put that in the show notes, as they say.
Yeah,
the
lovely,
details
thank
below.
you.
And so it's not just it's a homeschool here, and it's a community.
It's community home education is at the heart.
Yep.
So that means it's not a drop-off. You can't just drop the kids off and go. So you're here with your child and you're either... Some parents work from here if they need to. They can find a classroom and do some work on their computer if they need to. Or some of our parents are therapists, so they'll do treatments whilst the kids are in school, in lessons. And the rest are either cleaning a toilet or cooking lunch or...
Community.
Real community. And then we have our amazing allotment group. So we've almost got 4 branches, the allotment, so that's coming along incredibly well. We've got 2 polytunnels, fruit trees. It's wonderful down there. And if you ate today, any of the greens would have come out of the allotment.
Food, it's lovely, and it's zinging with life because it's just been picked.
Yeah,
So I love that.
Yeah,
I grow things
homemade.
myself, and wonderful.
Yeah.
And so you've got the hub. People can come and visit, come to the be homeschooled here, to add to the community in some form.
Yep. We have families and individuals. It's, and we do get some people that just love, all their children have grown up and they actually just love being around, that lovely vibrant energy that kids have.
Yes. And then people can come visit to the hub and have something delicious to eat that's all homemade, homegrown.
Yep.
And then you put on these amazing events regularly.
We do.
What sort of things does music, like tonight we've got a music thing finishing up tonight?
We've got Mark Devlin and he's awesome. I can't wait to go down there and have a boogie with Mark. He's fab. But we do, so we have Hope Talks. So we've had Matt Letitia, we've had Danny Rampling, Lisa Hutchinson, we've had Neil McRae. Brilliant talks, absolutely fantastic. And again, it's about empowering people. It's about knowledge is power.
That's the key sort of movement. That's the key expression of what's creating the people who choose and who comes here.
Yeah.
Sharing the knowledge and
that's it.
Giving knowledge
Sharing
to people.
and learning.
Amazing.
That's what we do, isn't it? And that's what they've tried to stop for centuries. They've tried to stop that because they know that that's where our power lies.
So you're turning that around and living it, being it and living it with everybody here.
Yeah. It's quite amazing, isn't it?
Amazing. And Katy-jo, that's absolutely extraordinary. It's really lovely to hear, where it all came from, because I've been kind of watching you over the last few years, or stalking you.
No.
I saw you first off, and then see you pop up now and again with the UK column. And I'll put all these details in the video below. And if people do want to come and take part in some form, how do they get in touch with you?
You can just email us. support@hopesussex.co.uk.
Perfect.
Or go onto our website and you can contact us through there as well.
And the website
is hopesussex.co.uk.
Perfect.
Easy.
Thank you so much. Really wonderful to hear your story.
Thank you, darling.
So much good luck here. And I'm hoping to do talks myself here and add my skills to the energy here, I hope, and help support people
That would
too.
be wonderful.
Cool. Thank you so much, Katy-jo. Amazing.
Thank you.